How's it going? Smitty here, back inside the Garage of Dreams, the original Victorian Strength Club. Haven't trained in here in a little while. It's probably been close to a year, but it's really cool to come back in here. Haven't been in the garage in a while. This is kind of where it all started and where a lot of us started training before we are where we are today. Anyway, this video is me eating Big Macs every day for a week to see if I can drop weight while eating a burger every day from McDonald's. This is nothing new, nothing that hasn't been done before. I've never done it before, but I'm sure other people on YouTube and things have done it before. The point of the video was not to show off my metabolism or show how much shit I can eat and still drop weight. The point of the video was not to piss off any vegans or vegetarians about how much beef I can consume. Nothing like that. The point of the video was just to show you, if you're trying to cut weight or you're starting a diet, whatever way you'd like to say it, that if you have some junk food, if you have a burger, if you have some Maccas, that doesn't have to throw you off your diet entirely. You don't have to give up just because you've had a few nuggets or anything like that. Instead of trying to eat perfectly every day and just eat nothing but clean foods all the time, allowing yourself to have those cheat meals, if you want to call it that, or have some junk food or food that actually tastes amazing. So that was the point of the video, just to show that I could eat a Big Mac every single day for a week and still cut weight or still drop a little bit of weight, which I did, or maybe I didn't. You're gonna have to watch the whole video to see if I was successful. I was successful, I can admit that right now. The starting point for the video, I competed in a competition on a Saturday. I went up a category for this competition. I competed in the under 90s. I weighed in at 88.5 kilos for that competition. Competed on Saturday, ate barely anything that day. So on Sunday we were traveling back home to Melbourne and I had a Big Mac on the way home. Decided, hey, let's have a bit of fun with this, show people that you can do this and still cut weight. So the first step was to adjust my calories. Because I'd gone up a weight class, I was on 4,200 calories, trying to add a little bit of weight and recover from my training. So I dropped that to 3,500 calories as a goal and adjusted my protein and carbs and fiber to suit. So normally I suggest dropping your calories quite slow, but because I wasn't at a maintenance level, I was at a weight gain level, I decided to drop by 700, which is, it's a lot of calories as a percentage of the total calories I was on. It wasn't too big. That was the first step, was knowing how many calories I was on. So that's a first step that you should be taking as well, is to make sure you know how many calories you're eating. And then you drop that by a little bit. The idea was to just slowly drop a little bit of weight over the week while still enjoying food and enjoying my life. So I weighed myself every single morning. I started off at 87.2 kilos on the Monday, and from there I ate a Big Mac every single day. G'day, can I just get a Big Mac? G'day, can I please get a Big Mac? My weight started slowly dropping. I was still hitting my calorie targets every day. From memory, the 3,500 calories that I was going to adhere to was making me quite hungry. So on a few of those days, I did eat a little bit more. I found that eating the Big Macs, although they were delicious, I plugged them into MyFitnessPal as 550 calories from memory. So to get something that's like this big for 550 calories in my big fat gut, most of the time I'd still be pretty hungry after having the Big Mac, or I'd be hungry like half an hour later. I don't even feel like this. G'day, can I just get a Big Mac? So most of the time it was actually a bit of a nuisance having the Big Mac. I know it sounds great in theory to say, oh, you're so lucky to have Big Mac every day and drop weight. I wish I could do that. After a few days of it, it was just more annoying than anything else, and I just wanted some big meals that would fill me up rather than these little burgers. Not complaining, like they were delicious, not complaining, but it's not as good as it sounds. So we've got a chart here. When I work with people as their nutrition coach, this is the information that they give me and then I give them. They send me their body weight every day and they track their calories on MyFitnessPal. They track their protein, carbs, fiber, everything like that. We compile it into a graph for the week, or we compile it into this chart for the week, and that gives us feedback on what things we can change the next week. So this chart here, you can see I tracked for 7 days, calories ranging from 3,300 all the way up to 4,300 on the Saturday, day 6. So the average calories for the week was 3,618. I had plugged in 3,500, but you can see my average was just a little bit more than that, and that was just because I was quite hungry and I knew that I needed to eat a little bit more. Remember, the goal for the week wasn't to starve myself and see how much weight I could drop or how hungry I could be. It was something that was sustainable, so I was a little bit hungry at times, but like I just said, I think that was because the Big Macs are so small for a lot of calories. So one of my clients was to say, you know, I've dropped weight and things like that, but I'm feeling hungry. I'd look at the type of foods they're eating and say, can we get some more nutritious foods that's less calorie dense and therefore you can eat a bit more and you'll feel a little bit fuller. Protein, my average was spot on, so 185 grams of protein is my average. For my body weight, that's spot on. I tried to aim for 200 grams a day of protein. Pretty hard to do when you're having a Big Mac, which has bugger all protein for the amount of fat and carbs that's in it. So I was relying on protein shakes and sometimes just chicken and rice. And the fiber, for someone on 3,500 calories, I'd probably really be hoping for more around the 40 grams of fiber as a minimum per day. But again, with the Big Mac, the lack of fiber there, it was just hard to get the fiber up enough. And then you can see my body weight on the very right, starting at 87.2 on the Monday, and then day 8 represents the next Monday, which was 86.4. The lowest for the week was 86, or 1.2 kilo drop, but the average body weight was 86.7, so that's a 500 gram drop throughout the week on average. And any nutritionist or anyone that knows what they're talking about would be happy to recommend someone dropping 500 grams per week. That's a really good result. So it was a complete pass. I passed my little made-up test. Good for me. Again, I'm not trying to say that you should do this or that this is the best way to drop weight, but it is possible. So if you're dieting or you're trying to cut a little bit of weight and you don't have a time frame, if you're just, your goal for this year is to drop 5 kilos, you can drop 500 grams a week eating foods that you like, or not feeling guilty when you have some junk food. You're gonna stick to the plan a lot longer and you'll see your results. If you say I'm gonna drop 5 kilos, I'm gonna do it in 3 months, it's definitely possible. You're probably going to be eating not a lot of foods you don't enjoy. Maybe you're like me and you're really hard-headed and motivated and you can stick to it for a week. You can eat perfectly for a week, maybe even 2 weeks, but then eventually you're gonna fall off the wagon. It's just gonna be too hard to try and be perfect for that long. So you're much better off getting this healthier relationship with food, where if you have something, if you have a meat pie, you plug it into MyFitnessPal and then you adjust with your next meal. So if you have something like a pie that's medium protein, high fat, pretty high carbs, you just adjust with your next meal and you have a stupid bloody chicken salad or something like that. If you're a normal person with a busy lifestyle, job, training, relationships, and now you're adding in eating clean and eating perfect on top of that, there's just gonna be days where you didn't get time to cook, you didn't get time to eat the foods you wanna eat. You're gonna have to get something drive through or something on the run somewhere from the servo, and you can't let that totally derail your motivation and therefore your success. You just plug it in. You can have a pie from the servo and a Slurpee on a hot day and still make your result, or still get the results you wanted to see this year. Anyway, that's the point of the video, is just to let you know that I'm really good at maths and I can take away 700 calories. Actually, I didn't even have to do that. MyFitnessPal did it all for me. So you don't even have to be good at maths. It really is that simple. If you need a hand with it, please check out the website, victorianstrengthclub.com.au, or send me an email, message me on Facebook or Insta. In a month from now, I'll be working again as a nutrition coach. So if you need a hand tracking your calories or learning how to use MyFitnessPal, I'll be taking new clients in about a month. Just as a side note, since it's been 2 weeks actually since I finished the Big Mac week, and this morning I woke up at 85.6 kilos, I think 85.6. I lost 500 grams the first week eating the Big Macs. In 2 weeks since then, I've lost another 600 or 700 grams. I haven't had a Big Mac since, but I have had a few burgers and things like that. And obviously the goal is to keep as much muscle as possible and maintain as much strength. So slowly does it. It's been pretty easy. So if there's anything I can help you with, please let me know. I'm happy to talk about it, and I'll talk to you soon. Good day. Thank you. All right, day 1. Got myself a Big Mac here, and I don't really feel like it. Technically this is day 2. I had a Big Mac yesterday, but we'll start it today. Day 1, technically second Big Mac. They mucked up my order for the first time. On day 5, they tried to give me a large drink with nuggets and chips. I did the right thing and went back, handed in my nuggets and chips and large drink, and they gave me a Big Mac, but they forgot my small Coke Zero.